Well, hello and good afternoon and welcome to Basingstoke Rugby Football Club here in the heart of Hampshire, and we are at day 3 of International Defence Rugby Competition 2025 action. And I tell you what, John Wilding, I'm losing my days. I don't know what day it is. I know it's day 3. I know we're in Basingstoke, but I don't know about John, who of course has been with us since day 1 and will remain with us until the end of this tournament. But John Wilding, great to have you again. Yeah, do you know what day? I think it's Thursday.
I think it's Thursday. Match 5. That's all I know. Match 5. That'll do. But no, it's we retreated to a good day of rugby today. I think this game is going to be a clash of styles, and then afterwards you got UCAF against Ireland. That'll whet the appetite as well.
When you say clash of styles, we've already seen Tonga play, of course. They were first up against the UK Armed Forces. Don't think they made the best of themselves in that match, and it was obviously the first one and a tough opposition. We've heard really good things about Zambia. Is it similar styles, or do you think they're going to be quite different?
I think they'll be quite different. I think the Tongans will play a direct game because that's probably where their skill set and their physicality gets more of an impact in the game. From watching the Zambians in the warm-up, they want to move the ball. They want to play a faster game. So I think it'll be the movable object against the unstoppable force a little bit. But I think the Zambians are the team that would excite us the most today.
Okay. Let's have a quick look then at some Pool A highlights so far.
Pool A started with the UK Armed Forces at their scintillating best. A rematch of the 2022 plate final saw UCAF beat Tonga again, but this time by a mammoth margin. 17 tries, including 5 for the RAF's Daisy Aspinall, meant a 105-0 win. They topped the pool thanks to that result, despite Ireland receiving a bye and 4 points following Zambia's forfeit of the first match. The Zambian team couldn't travel to the UK in time, so the Irish played a rugby against Cancer team in their final warm-up match instead. Chloe Farrell and Sophie Donnelly were among 4 different try scorers in a commanding 32-7 win.
Well, John, you're just looking back at the highlights. Of course, Zambia weren't here. They couldn't make it out until Tuesday this week, so they haven't had a chance to play yet. And Ireland played a rugby against cancer side and, made a very convincing win for them. But let's just have a quick look at the table of Pool A. Of course, Zambia, having not played, sit there at the bottom, and you've got Tonga, UCAF and Ireland obviously having all won their matches. But do you kind of predict that it might stay the same? I think Zambia possibly, you imagine, will move up.
Yeah, I think Zambia, I would say, just based on the warm-ups and the history, Zambia played more games together than Tonga, and I think that will prove vital in the end. But I think Zambia will move up, and the Zambia UCAF game for them is the make or break as to which competition they go into after this. So, yeah.
Right, so the players are out on pitch. They're just lining up for the national anthem. So Tonga in a dark blue today, which obviously they were in red the other day. So and Zambia in a lovely bright green. And it will be Zambia that kick off from the side that they are lining up on at the moment in terms of winning the toss. And we'll just in a couple of seconds we'll have the national anthems, and after that I'll attempt to read out the team names, John. But yes, we've got Tonga here.
That, not me.
Tonga here on the left, and Zambia in green on the right. So the Zambian national anthem there, and I believe, John, we are going to be treated to, well, I want to call it the Zambian version of the haka, but I don't know whether it's a national dance. We heard them in fine song as they arrived earlier, but perhaps as they're sort of going out there now and Tonga are getting into a team scrum, let's just go through the Zambia team first, and I apologise in advance for how I say some of these names, but I will try my best. So from 1 to 15, we've got Naisha Masanda, Banda Miriam, Susie William Rennie, Joyce Chikabasha Mumba, Nina Chishumba, Natasha Kadam, Elizabeth Chibomba, Margaret Chamba, Mary Liamba, Lianu Lashomo, Jessie Tunta, Dorothy Kasauko, Malika Tembo, Leah Mboke, and Veronica Lungu. So they probably don't recognise their own names, to be quite honest, in that lineup. But that is
pretty good.
You've kind of targeted, you reckon 8, 9, 10 and 12 will be key players in this.
Yeah, I think they're the ones who've played the most rugby in the past, and the key decision makers. So I think for a tight game, that's where you're looking for them to play. So I think the Zambians here are going to do a challenge.
Yeah. Okay. For this challenge, but there we have it. That is it, John. And just quickly before the teams go into play, I'm going to quickly go through the Tongan team as well from 1 to 15. We've got Rosta Pau, Mwanga Mahetu, Lesila Fakatau, Fusi Siu, Vanita Huhahu, that's definitely wrong, Ofa Vatawa, Vaifulangi, Fusipala Vivili, who's the captain, Amelia Manuhape, Mele Mahe, Salotu Mafi, Susanna Tupo, Manikalopa Malangi, and Paulisatu Fakanga, and Folola Tuaka. That's definitely wrong as well, but
better than mine.
Well, if we struggles during the day, we will of course just call them by their shirt numbers. And quickly, the officials for today are Kevin Lewis, who is a UCAF referee, Poddy Sheehan from the Irish Defence Force, and Rob Hitch, also from UCAF. And just looking out there, Kevin Lewis looks a little like Steve Carell.
He does.
From The Office. So we've got a bit of a celebrity out there in the middle. But good kick-off then from Zambia, but Tonga in possession, and they've already fumbled the ball.
Good pressure from Zambia, but Zambia really narrow here, so if they can get it wide.
And do you think Zambia will feel any effects of this being their first game and, having arrived on Tuesday? It was all a bit of confusion, but, we heard them, like I said, we heard them in fine song when they arrived, which is always beautiful here. We hear it from the Fijians, of course, as well.
And
Tongans. And the Tongans.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So they're all in, that team camaraderie is
if you look
crucial.
at the Tongans probably are bigger players per person, and that makes an effect, obviously, in the carries, but what's really noticeable is that the Zambian defence is more connected than the Tongans. But so it's about the big people doing exactly what Tonga are doing here, taking the carries up and making yards, and hopefully holding onto the ball. Whereas Zambia want to get the ball and run around the bigger people. Because
no one wants to criticise Tonga, and obviously a score of 105 to nothing says a lot, but it probably says more about the UCAF team than it does about Tonga. We can see the power that they've got, but the cohesiveness, and we know we've got some very fresh players in there, in the sense that they're fresh to the game, let alone to this competition. So that wasn't really maybe reflective of what they thought they can achieve, but
well, every team's going to be better for playing the game.
Yeah.
So Tonga would have learned some lessons. They've got some film to look at, and look at this running. So this is where they're real. Zambia will want to play now. They want to get the ball wide. So
that was their number 9, Mary Liamba, and I think, like you said, one of the crucial should be a key player in this, and as any number 9 is, of course, in any rugby lineup. But yes, they're getting wide here, Zambia, and this could very easily be a score already. Over for the first try.
And there we've seen the pattern of the game that's going to come. Tonga, their biggest challenge is holding on to the ball and not giving penalties away. But when they got it, they'll go forward, and they go forward quite narrow. Zambia want to stretch the Tongan team and then run round the edges.
And they had 3 extra players on the left wing there as well. So Dorothy Kosoka, number 12, the centre, with the first score for Zambia. And we are just a couple of minutes in here at Basingstoke, but no conversion. Okay. Yeah. So a 5-0 start for the first timers for Zambia, and making their mark on this tournament already.
Well, it's like Tonga are already better than they were on Sunday, because they're actually presenting a challenge in go forward. They've just got to cut down the passes that are 50-50 and cut down the penalties. and just put the Zambians under physical pressure, where Zambians will live off any turnover ball.
And Caroline Fair's their head coach. You know a little bit about Caroline, don't you?
Yeah, so she played for the Australian Defence Force when they came over in 2012, and she's a member of the Australian Defence Force on liaison with the Tonga team, and she's a really good coach, a really knowledgeable coach. So she will certainly have added some good technique and detail to the Tongan team.
But as with all military sport, I think we all know that time together is, game time and training time is something the military don't have in
abundance.
In abundance,
yeah.
Exactly. And
I mean, I believe that she only arrived in country on Sunday morning, so didn't have much to prep the Tonga team.
And here Zambia go again, favouring this left wing so far, but not forward there, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, the game's there, so Tonga have really got to switch on. Once they turn the ball over, they've got to fill the field rather than follow the ball, because it looks like Zambia are a very small but nimble and agile team.
This should be where Tonga are
100%.
Yeah, are superior, isn't it?
Well, it should be. However, if Zambia take them really low, their size can work against them. But I imagine this be quite a powerful game for Tonga.
So Emilia Manuape, the Tongan number 9, in the ball in.
Yeah, it's strong.
Well, it's great work from number 8, though.
Yeah.
So Tonga just need to build on this. This is a good passage of play.
So again, it's the Tongan game is set. The pattern is set. I think that the 9 needs to be a little bit quicker with the ball.
On the ball. Yeah, looks like she's out for a game of Sunday afternoon league, but
every Tonga carry, if they don't look after the ball, this can happen. And there's a.
It's a great steal by the Zambian number 8.
Yeah. Their
captain, of course. 2 number 8s captaining in these sides.
The other thing that's going to work against Tonga here, without doing any disrespect to any of the team, is that the Zambia are a lot shorter.
Okay.
So the tackles have to be a lot lower than the Tongans are used to. So high tackles are going to be quite a thing.
Okay.
For the referees here, but. Look, this is exactly what Zambia want to do: play a high tempo, pick holes in the defence, and look after the ball. But they're living off turnover ball. So if Tonga limit the turnovers, they can exert their power onto the Zambian team.
Yeah. They energy-wise, Zambia certainly look like they've got it in abundance so far. We've seen the runners that they've got already, but ball stealers seem to be out there as well.
Yeah, and half of that's Tonga not taking care of the ball.
Yeah. So Zambia with it. Yeah. Bulldozing through the defence there. Zambia.
But again, this has narrowed up the Tongan defence.
Yeah, because Tonga are putting possibly too many people on single players, and that's freeing up the space here on the left.
That's good play.
Oh, that's a lovely run.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think he's going to do a card here for a number of penalties
against Tonga.
Yeah. So
okay,
it's a team yellow card.
So one will come off.
This one's coming off. I can't see a number.
No.
But it's a little bit disappointing because actually the advantage, this number 13, the advantage there would have been, let's play on for the advantage because I think Zambia are in.
But is it, Tonga, they're having to try so hard and therefore they're making mistakes?
Yeah, they're frightened by the Zambian agility and speed and threat out wide. So they're really snatching at every time they can get a Zambian rather than just fill the field. That's a good scrum by Tonga, though. They seem to have the power there.
So it was the Tongan centre, Mailangi Manukalopa, who will be in the sin bin for 10 minutes for a team penalty, team yellow card. And that's lobbed far up the pitch by Tonga, but Zambia have it again. It's there. Wow.
That's a good run.
Zippy number 10.
There we go.
Yeah. And the legs, definitely got the legs. Another brilliant try by Zambia.
See, that came from the Tongan kick.
Yeah.
The kick was really good. He got from their 5-metre line to the halfway. However, there was no chase with it, and all the Zambians did was pick off the one and runners. And the 9-10, we picked them out earlier on the 9-10. They're just running the show at the moment.
Yeah. And that kick goes over, so that's 12 points to Zambia. And what I loved about that is it was a really deep kick. It wasn't a bad kick from Tonga, but Zambia just saw space.
Yeah, exactly. So you only see space because there's not enough people chasing the kick.
Yeah.
So there was ones and twos, and they all went towards the ball, and all the Zambian did was then find the midfield. Still had a couple of side steps to do, but if they didn't, there was an overlap of about 4 and 1. So if you're going to kick, which is a really good option, UCAF did it really well against Tonga, but their kick chase made the kicks even better.
Right.
You've got to have the chase. Otherwise, you're just giving them free ball and then attack the space.
So I'm loving, as you predicted, the combination of the Zambian scrum half and fly half, Mary Liamba and Luena Lashomu, so far have,
Yeah, in the warm-up they were just live wires. They were doing everything. There was a lot of flair there.
It's what a 9 and 10 are supposed to do, I guess.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that was unfortunate. That's
an off penalty. Offside. So there's a field position here. This is what Tonga never really got against UCAF. They've got some field position in the half now. Now,
they're going to kick to touch, I think. Yeah.
I think they will. And again, that gives them a line out in the 22.
And do you think that's because they're going to rely on their scrum to take it over the line?
Well, the line out, I think the mauler, they'll try and catch this. And if I was them, when we're bigger per person, stop us if you can. It's quite hard to stop them all that's set up well legally. So.
Sadly, we got floodlights right on the corner flag there, but Lewis and Barry doing a great job.
Unlucky, that's good defence by Zambia. So this is where they've got to be careful, because now the Tongans are set up for attack. They're deep,
and they've just got they've got speed, haven't they? Even their forwards have got speed.
Yeah. So what they give up in mass per person, they're actually just got in agility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this could be one of those full pitch tries, but. Back in the hands of their scrum half, evading absolutely everyone. Wow, she's off. She's gone.
She reminds me of Lucy Knight.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a great try.
She's got wow, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from Zambia for their third try. And we're only 9 minutes in, John.
If you're going to wear flesh-coloured boots, I think her footwork is phenomenal. But what really makes it is that she has the ball in two hands for every time she takes the defender on. So you don't know if she's going to pass or not. It's just unfortunate that came from a line out for Tonga on the and the basics of the game. You've got to win your line out and your set piece to function. It's interesting they're not place kicking; they're doing drop kicks every time, which would tell me that they want to speed the game up.
Okay.
And they want to run.
And I guess because it's under the post, they're
Well, they were doing it for all of them, so they're not wasting seconds with getting the tee out. It means that Tonga they don't get much recovery. Don't get much time to talk.
Do you think Zambia watched the first game? Because obviously they would have watched, because Tonga, were their first opponents. And I don't know, maybe they're trying to challenge, that UCAF score.
Yeah, in a way, but also you got to remember it's their first game, so they want to set out their stall. They want to show what they can do, and I think they've already seen they're a more nimble and agile and faster team. So let's play a faster game and take the sting out of the Tongan carries. So it's just noticeable. Tonga doing the right thing, just walking up to take the kick again, and then get going.
They haven't perfected the kick-off yet, I don't think, with a deep enough kick. But
well, it's high enough is the thing. You want to get your players underneath the ball.
Giving them that time, as you talked about. So 19 points to Zambia here, to Tonga's 0 so far. But we have seen a much improved side to the first game, but definitely Tonga a work in progress.
So Tonga again, another penalty in the Zambian half. So again, they'll probably kick to try and get some more field possession. This time they've got to really find what works in the line out. That's a good kick. That's a really good kick from there.
Well, there we go. Another positive. Brilliant.
Yeah. So that's how rugby is so simple. Build on a positive, add another positive, add another, and before you know it, you're doing well. it looks to me like Zambia are committing to the front jumper every time here.
Okay.
So if Tonga don't throw it to the front, throw it to somewhere else where they're not prepared to lift, and you'll get success. But it looks like they're setting up to be a front jump here.
Maybe.
Oh, no, middle jump, there we go. So you see that?
Oh, yeah, and Zambia, they're brilliant line out
yeah,
from Tonga.
there you go, there you go. And that's good to see. Now they've just
here we
got
go,
to
we're
carry.
seeing some shape here. Oh, unfortunate. We could see it coming a mile off, actually.
Yeah, but that's where they just weren't committing to the run forward there.
Yeah. Malika Tembo there from Zambia with a very flare interception.
Yeah, she read it well, but I'm disappointed that good winner for line out didn't result in a drive.
From Tonga, yes.
Yeah, it didn't result in a drive. They were just shuffling the ball wide. But especially when they're a back down in Tonga, so that's even harder to attack against the full back line when you're a back down.
I'll tell you what, John, we've got quite a lot of support from Zambia on YouTube, Brilliant. So that's good to see. And we're really glad we can bring you 95% of the IDRC here from the UK. And of course, this is match 5. Day 3. Oh, a bit of a throwaway by Zambia, but luckily fell into their hands.
That was either grab a shirt or grab a hair.
Oh, okay.
I think that the Tongan number 8 is getting some good ball at the back of the scrum, but seems to want to pass it. I'd be encouraging her to be a bit more direct and a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
Because I think off that you can play a lot of rugby because you'll make a big dent to the Zambian line, but they seem to be trying to pass the ball out wide, which is playing to what Zambia wants you to do, but even more so when you're minus a back who's already sin-binned.
Yes.
So I just think there's a little bit of naivety in there.
It looks like kind of that's what's the... I'm not that the refs are there to coach, obviously, but he's obviously called Tonga up on something there.
Yeah, I think it just looked worse. I think it was the long head player, but she grabbed the shirt, but may have got a bit of hair with it.
Yeah.
And so you just got to be careful because obviously you're not allowed to pull hair.
No.
But
there's quite a lot of hair on display as well.
And when you're follically challenged like me, that's always a good thing.
Envy.
That's good defence.
Oh, great tackle there by Tonga.
I think she twisted her ankle there. But there's those sort of tackles, chase tackles, can lift a team. I hope she stays fit.
So that is Susie Willema Rennie, the number 3 for Zambia, and she's got some wheels on her.
Yeah,
for a forward.
Absolutely. I think she's not only got some wheels, she's got a bit of, and this is a problem here, this is a second sin bin for Tonga. I think it's their captain as well.
So down to 13.
Yep, it's their captain as well.
She's going off the other side, but we haven't got a yellow card counter, unfortunately, so I don't know how long it is, probably another 5 minutes before they get back to 14. But the last thing Tonga need or want is that. But I guess, you've got to treat them exactly the same. They've got to learn the hard way.
Absolutely. And as I said before, there's actually a real challenge here for Tonga, because if you think that the legal tackle height is sternum and below, where when you're taller than the opposition, pretty much player for player, you've got to get lower, which is harder for the bigger people. And I know that myself. Yeah. So you're starting to get to an unnaturally tackling position. Your natural tackling position is higher. Yeah. But you've got to do it.
Oh, lovely show and not go, but lovely skills there from Zambia, but I think she went out. Yeah,
but actually, for the first time, that's some really good defence in pattern for Tonga, considering they're 2 players down, that they just saw it and just drifted it and used the touchline as their friend and pushed her at the touch.
And actually, if Zambia, they haven't favoured at all this wing. It's just that they're doing the same thing, and maybe Tonga have already picked up on that, which is a good sign.
Well, when you're 13 players against 15, you know what they're going to do. They're going to try and find a space out wide.
They've stolen that line out.
Yeah, and look, they're going to. That's a great timing of a pass. That is
But lost ball.
Yeah, they're not looking off. They're now trying to offload every opportunity, and a ruck is a good idea sometimes.
Okay.
But they're trying to play the magic offload every time, and they don't need to.
Yeah, that sort of champagne rugby. When you're that far ahead, you can.
yeah, exactly. When you've got numbers, to spare, you don't need to do it.
A few more points, girls, and then keep it basic. A little bit of information from beginning of the game, we were handed the fact that Zambia, they're defence champions for their region, which includes Zimbabwe, Botswana, and themselves, Zambia. And you said Zimbabwe are a pretty good side.
Yeah,
so.
they are. So, and that alone tells you they've played some rugby together. So they're not, whereas a lot of teams come together for this tournament, whereas they've played a championship. That's going to help them in the long run. You probably see that in their attack more than the defence. I think they're probably, even though it's their winter at the moment, this will be pretty cold for them.
And this is Zambia's first tournament, isn't it? They didn't play 3 years ago. Well,
they're the first African team in the women's IDRC.
And I believe it came through recommendation from America, who also are. The USA were asked to this tournament. They said, we can't make it, but have you thought about Zambia?
Yeah, I believe.
And I think it's their coach, Richard Kapoma, who somehow had a link with the American side.
I believe that's true, and so far they've been a great ambassador for African rugby, and it's great to see. It's starting to make the IDRC a true world tournament.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
And they've got their own style, as you say. It's very, everything about them is stylish. See the difference of that run there from the Tongan 9. She ran with the ball tucked up on one arm, so she knew she was never going to pass. You compare that to the Zambian 9, who ran with 2 hands and then ran through space.
It's like going through the John Wilden coaching book. I love this.
I pity all those who've gone through it.
Well, you were very successful, so it must have worked. And we're getting some great reactions on YouTube, which is always good to see, and we'll read out some of those messages if we've got time.
It's a good carry again from Tonga. Bizarrely, with 2 less players, they're actually looking after the ball now.
It does that sometimes, they don't. It's like reverse psychology.
Yeah, well, it actually forces you to be more direct, which is their game. I think this is now I don't know what the referee's saying there, but bizarrely, it's forcing Tonga even more into the game plan that will give them the most success.
Okay.
So this is a referee final warning about tackle height.
Okay. So both sides are not behaving themselves necessarily.
But again, it's if you've got someone who's much bigger than you running at you, it's quite hard to get down, but by hip level.
I think that's what she's trying to explain.
Yeah. So it's but again, that's good. That's good for Tonga. Use your advantages you've got until they've worked out how they can work against it. But I think they
Tonga ball here, and they'll
kick for touch again.
Kick for touch again, yeah.
Again, it's just hopefully they're seconds away from getting their first sin bin back.
Yeah, I'm sort of furiously counting a good safe one there, but probably not the meterage they needed. But
no, but I think their best kicker was sin bin at the moment. So
that's an issue.
Yeah, but again, no. So another. I think Zambia will commit to the front again. So I would throw to the middle again, but I would actually just get them all going. Oh, they've got a fast. They're really good, really good. There you go. And the throw to the front lifter. Made some gain line.
Maybe they should just stay at 30, John. They're definitely playing better.
They are, yeah.
Oh, some great carries here from Tonga.
Well, it's showing some fight, and they're getting some go forward.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about the wounded warrior, and I know that Tonga were upset, by the scoreline against UCAF, and that was a pretty high tackle.
Yeah, I think she's a little bit unlucky there because she did step and go back into it, but it is after the warning that's happened. I think that's got the referee is forced to do something here.
So we might see another yellow card, maybe.
Yeah, but
yeah, he's reaching for his pocket, so that's another yellow in this game. That's the 3rd yellow of this game. So Zambia now down to 14, and it's Dorothy Kasoka who will disappear for 10 minutes. Oh no, sorry, number 2. It's Banda Miriam.
Yeah.
My apologies. I saw the stripe and I thought it was 12, and it's actually number 2.
I think this is one of the Tongan key decision makers. They're 9. oh, there's a name. Manoa Apai.
Amelia Manohapai, I think.
Yeah, so she, unfortunately, she beat the first affair, but was bolt upright when the Zambian defender went over the top of her own defender, and that's what, you know, it is high, and it was high, but she was a static target and not prepared for the hit. So this is,
I mean, she's moving. That's always a good sign. But clearly, the medical staff dealing with that at the moment.
There's a little bit of shock when that happens for everyone.
Absolutely,
and we've all been there. But you just reflect on the last 2 or 3 minutes. That's the way Tonga need to play. They had a lot of success, a lot of go forward, bit of innovation at the line out, throw to the front, 10-meter made, and a couple of carries, and they're going forward. And actually, the Zambians struggled to legally stop them. So, you know, for Tonga, there's the game. Look after the ball, hold on to the ball, and just carry direct. I think when they try to spread the ball wide is when they bring Zambia into the game.
Yep.
And Zambia want to play the wide game.
Yep.
So that's what I say, the clash of styles.
So good news that she is, you're right, number 9, Amelia is up and moving, and she was sort of stretching her neck, so she maybe got a little bit of whiplash, but I think quite rightfully being clapped off, and she'll be checked out. Yeah,
absolutely. I think, you know, it'll also, whoever's going to be at 9 now, you probably want to think about passing the ball rather than sniping round. Let the bigger players run up the ball, run onto the ball rather than you do it. So that's certainly the lesson I would learn from there.
So they're still at 13 because of that injury, but obviously they will bring on a replacement, and that's coming on now. So Tonga back to 14, but Zambia, of course, down to 14.
13's on, 13's on. So it's even now. Although I think the loss of the captain to Tonga is felt greater than the loss of Hooker to Zambia.
And we'll try and let you know who that replacement that's come on whilst their number 9 has an assessment. But so two sides equal certainly in terms of numbers now, but of course Zambia with that 19-0 head start at the moment, or at least
so number 22.
Number 22.
Tanita Hu.
There you go.
Yeah.
On as a number 9, but in a shirt 22. Zambia going early on the line.
And again, you know, that's a nice free kick to Tonga. So again, you know, discipline. The Zambian discipline is an issue, which is allowing Tonga to progress up the pitch.
Oh, great! Yeah, well, as you said, give it to the strength and run it through.
However, they've overcommitted to the breakdown there. Every single Tongan forwards in this breakdown.
But it might work out.
But again, they've got to stop it. So you know.
So Tonga closer than they've been this entire tournament to the try line, and for the health of the tournament and for the we've got some vociferous Tongan support behind, which is great.
But they've lost the ball.
Oh, they've lost the ball.
And this is trouble now.
Yeah, because as you say, there's only 3 players, and you've got dancing feet there. The number 9 from Zambia. And that is a dream for Zambia. Just give them a full pitch to run at, but a little ill discipline with the ball.
And that's the problem, is that it hurts the Tongan forwards, because that took a lot of effort to get down there.
Absolutely. But that is how they're going to score, isn't it?
Yes,
that's their strength.
100%.
Zambia then favouring this left side again, and with ball in hand as they dance past.
It's a good tackle.
Great tackle from the side there by Tonga.
That's good defence and good. That's willingness. That's heart.
Brilliant.
That's belief. That's your 12 for Tonga, showing, you know, that there's still some pride in the team.
So I felt, you know, with the game against UCAF, you know, because they've clearly got so much power in the Tongan side, but it didn't look like they were committing to tackles. And in this game, that's already improved.
100%. Well, I said, you will improve for playing the game, because you've now done it together. The video will be there. They can watch it, and the coach can work on certain things. And there's a bit of pride. You know, they'd have been stung by everything that was there. And you know, they were just caught cold by very early on by a UCAF side that had played a couple of warm-up games and were ready for them and hit them where they didn't want to be hit. So once you get behind the scoreboard and momentum's against you, it's hard to stop that. And you know, it was always going to be a hard day at the office after that.
Yeah.
But you know, you can see already now that the template for their success is there. They've just got to look after the ball, and probably the last pick and go before the try would have been scored. The person was too high and showing the ball to the Zambians. You got to credit the Zambians. They were giving away a lot of weight here, and they stopped that power coming from the Tongan pack and ripped the ball. And you know, that's where it rips the heart out of the Tongan team when you've got to turn around and chase all the way back here from being right on the try line.
Yeah, and if they overcommit like they had done, it's all very well and good. But if you get a try, but if you lose the ball, obviously this happens.
Well, you have to score. You have to
exactly.
score. You can't give the ball, which comes back to look after the ball.
So 19-0 here at Basingstoke Rugby Club. Zambia 19 to the good, and but they have. You know, it could be that there have been yellow cards and a couple of injuries and what have you, but they've definitely stalled Zambia because they flew to that 19-0 head start within the first sort of 20 minutes, and we're now half an hour in. In fact, I think it was within the first 10 minutes. So, you know, we're now nearly half an hour gone of this first half, and they haven't let them score, or at least they haven't scored for at least 10 minutes.
Well, they put pressure on them. You know, the Zambian give away a yellow card because of the pressure they're under. They've actually been in the Zambian 22, which they never really got into that against UCAF. So and they've got a threat. The Zambians know that if their forwards get the ball and they play a tighter game, as in Tonga, they've got to do a lot of work to stop that. Yes, they've got an out whenever they turn the ball over, they just spread it wide and play, and the 9 and 10 are cutting loose. But you know, Tonga know what they've got to do. They've just got to look after the ball.
Currently, 2 Tongan players being assessed after that massive effort to get within a couple of metres of the try line. We do have a blood injury to one of their players, so that's why there's a bit of a delay at the minute, and the clock has stopped because we're just assessing things on the pitch. And let's hope that you know, their biggest effort of the tournament, the biggest effort of the game so far, doesn't result in 2 more injuries.
No, they wouldn't want to come off. I mean, they were showing what they were about there. But I think that was, again, if you're too upright, you're going to get some pain, I'm afraid.
So
but
it's
the
number
2
props, Rosta Pau and Lasila Fakahokatau, who will be, and particularly the number 1, Rosta Pau, has a blood injury to her lip. So again, 2 more players that will need to be assessed for the Tongans. But good to see that they've got 8 replacements. So
yes, absolutely.
we shouldn't be too worried about running through the whole team.
No, I think and again, you know, this is an opportunity for the people who didn't start. They've seen how the game goes. They've seen what success looks like for Tonga. So come and show it. You know, it's a great opportunity for them. And even better for props, they're coming onto a scrum. So the first thing you're going to do is scrummage.
What they're good at.
Yeah, well, you know, you're not defending in wide open spaces, you're scrummaging, which is, you know, a good way to set your marker down.
So yeah, play just a little bit delayed here as the Tongan team assess 2 more injuries, and they're going to bring on a couple of replacements. But Tongans so far have not scored, but they definitely have looked close on a couple of occasions, and Zambia, of course, with 3 tries and 2 conversions to get them to 19 points.
Well, it's the universal truth for all rugby teams. You put teams under pressure, no matter how impressive they look when you let them run at you. Things can happen, and yellow cards, missed tackles, you know, that sort of stuff can happen against anyone. So, you know, Zambia were very, very impressive. First 10 minutes came up hard, hit Tonga hard. But if you just look after the ball, go through some phases, get some hard carries in, strange things can happen. And then from those little seeds, trees are grown, because just confidence grows. So Tonga, this is the difference. Tonga really didn't show it against UCAF, but they've shown it here.
Yeah.
And territorially, they've got success. They've almost scored. So they've just got to do it again.
Yeah, it's all about phases, isn't it, John?
Yeah, you can't eat the elephant in one bite.
So scrum then for Tonga, and they'll use this to get territory, and they've not got a lot.
No,
yeah.
So, but they're safe. I think they're missing. It's a long pass back to a kick. It's got to go a long way forward to get advantage there.
Yeah.
I think they're missing the number 8 not being there to pick up and go and give you some go forward.
I think they're missing someone who can kick it pretty deep as well.
Yeah.
So Zambian line out, but and it has been taken, not by the person they intended it for, I don't think, but Zambia using their speed to head out to the right wing here. There's some lovely handling skills by Zambia. Great tackle by Tonga though, right on the line there, but Zambia have picked it up and taken it over.
I mean, from first phase attack, they made a little bit of hard work in the end, but their handling is their passing at pace.
It's great, isn't it?
It's crisp. But I think there's maybe everyone now wants to score, because actually all that 13 needed to do was straighten up and pass it to the winger, and she'd have been under the post. But they're seeing space, not people, and they're attacking it. It came from, again, not quite a well-structured line out. They got the ball, but just hands. Tonga, on the other hand, probably they've either got to go sell out to run and cut the space down, or they've got to be harder on the drift across. But they were one nor the other there.
So Leah Mbuke is the scorer there for Zambia, and that takes them to 24 points to nothing with an unsuccessful conversion. Given that it was on the right wing, I can appreciate that. So
and number 8's back on for Tonga, captain.
Okay, so Tonga back to full strength. Obviously they've had several injuries, but in terms of numbers, they're back to 15. Have we still only got 14 on Zambia's side? Okay, so Zambia one player down at the minute. 3 yellow cards so far in this game, and 3 injuries as well. So, but importantly, as you say, Tonga having their captain back.
Also not only the captain, not only the best ball carrier, but she's actually the best kicker as well. So she's taking the drop out.
Yes, taking off. So Fusipala Vivili, the captain of the Tongans, straight into the hands of Zambian forwards. And we've got some wheels here on the left wing. And will they sidestep? Yeah. And I don't think she's going to catch her, so she's going to score under the posts.
So actually,
Jessie Tunta there for Zambia.
Yeah, I mean, that actually the kickoff was really good. It's just the chase was not as good. Tonga were too narrow, and fair play to the Zambian who caught the ball. Not only did she pick out that there were light on the wing, she drew the last defender and put the speedster away. Number 3 there is Rennie, Susie Wilmer Rennie. She that was a good catch and good discern of where the space was, and put your fast as a prop. You want to put your wing away when it's a half a length to run.
But as you say, that Tonga aren't putting any pressure on that kick, on any of the kicks, and that's giving Zambia so much space.
It's that little detail where they were all the Tongan players were pretty much 5 metres in towards halfway when they needed to be full pitch and run towards the ball. Because when the catcher caught the ball, they don't see any space. Whereas they caught the ball, if you look now, the kickoff here, there's only one. There's all this space here, so if you catch us here, you can pick out. So it's just understanding that, and that's the stuff that you work on after playing a few games. But because she didn't see space, she took it on. She's a strong carrier, fair play.
So that was a successful conversion, so it's now 31 points to 0, and yes, rinse and repeat for the Zambians. They're back in possession, taking out defence where they can. Yeah, their captain is brilliantly strong as well.
Yeah, and there's just the balanced runners,
There's going to be another score for Zambia. That was a pretty easy. I mean, like I say, rinse and repeat, just on a different side of the pitch.
Yeah, and that all comes from your prop again. My friend Susie.
Susie Willimer Rennie.
Yeah, really good catch. So she did something different there. There was no space, so she did what all forwards should do: pick the person out in front of you and hit the space either side of them. She drew in 4 defenders, fought to go to the ground, and all that does is just narrow up the Tongan defence. And then they've got runners who just want to run with the ball. You could argue that the next phase for Zambia is to actually know when to pass and not to die with the ball, because at the moment all the runners are exhausting all their options first, then look at the pass, and they're having success now. But you could argue that, you know, against better teams, you're not in a position to pass the ball when you should be. But aren't they beautiful to watch in terms of the style of running, the balance running, the agility?
It's very free flowing, and like you say, you can tell. Yes, and you can tell that they've played together a lot, which makes a difference. I think they opted to not convert on that occasion, possibly because it was so far out on the wing. But they are 36 points to the good to Zambia. Tonga yet to score, and we only have, not very long until half time. We're at least half an hour in now.
Yeah. Again, they're doing something. I like Tonga captain. They're doing something different. It hasn't worked the last two, so do something different.
Yeah, I mean, Zambia won't mind those kickoffs. You know, Tonga having the kickoffs. It's supposed to give you an advantage, but actually, Tonga now have the ball, so that goes against everything I was saying. But
comes back to the good work by the captain for Tonga. Although the captain's hurt, but I think this is just they're trying to spread the ball to their backs, but the Tongan go forward is all in the forwards, and the backs are just going sideways. So I'd be just, if I was Tonga's coach or anywhere decision makers, just narrow it right up. Every time it goes to the backs, just straighten back up towards your forwards and make the Zambians tackle head on. They're very good at tackling sideways, but make the tackle stop the power early. Here I'll be telling number 8, pick the ball up from the scrum and run. Run,
okay. So she did squirm around on the floor a bit, but seems to be absolutely fine. Vivili, of course, the Tonga captain, so crucial to this side and their success in this tournament. So it's a Tonga put-in. And let's see if she does what John told her. Yeah, there you go.
And she already got go forward.
She's already made meterage. Well done. I mean, she's powerful enough
to bring down, and that's the thing. It gives a go forward, which means there's no line press from Zambia.
Yeah.
So it's just those little things that make her. I think if they could just bring their body height down, they're still hard to.
And actually, she was there again, but they've opted for the right wing here.
This 12 is a good player.
Yeah, much quicker ball than it has been. Tonga finally building some phases, which is really good to see.
Yeah.
A bit more speed in the ball, but I think she's going to be taken off.
Yeah, she's on her own, you see. All the Tongans are out there.
Yeah.
And the Zambians have filled the field. So, if the template's there, they're just the decision maker at 9 and 10 is that they should just feed the forwards rather than, let's go wide, because you haven't created the space out wide.
So a Zambia throw-in. Your friend Susie Wilmer Rennie.
Yeah.
Steal. Great by Tonga.
Knock on, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. But again, pressure, and again, it's a scrum. So Tonga need a little bit of belief here because it's scrum time. They got a full 8. Let's put some pressure on the Zambian scrum.
Do you know what? That showed intent, though. I know,
100%.
It didn't work out from the end, but it shows intent, and that's
100%. And alive. You're alive to the ball. I just worry about. I don't think Zambia are going to kick this. I don't think they've shown any kick. But they put two.
Space.
Well, they've put 2 back for a kick that I don't think is going to come.
Okay.
I would put that other winger there because if they just put hands here, I reckon they're in trouble. But this is up to the Tongan forwards to try and disrupt the scrum and put them under pressure. You watch now; they'll kick the ball like you wouldn't believe. but I think they've not shown intent to kick the ball, and I think the Zambian backline will see that space outside 13.
Yeah.
Because that far winger's back, and even if you kick the ball from Zambia, I'm not sure it will go there. So I'd put that all flat up and just go right, Zambia. What are you going to do?
So Zambia's Marina Kosonka playing scrum half there.
Bit of pressure.
But yes, they love to run a ball.
And there you
Zambians,
go. That
and
space.
It's full flowing. That's so much space. Yeah.
That's a
I
space
think this has
with.
got the writing all over it, John, and they've
Yeah.
got extra players as well, but a couple of side steps, and the only person who's able to keep up is Steve Carell, the umpire. So well done to
The umpire.
Zambia.
The umpire.
Sorry, the referee.
Not only got his name wrong, but he's
I
a
called
famous.
him. Yeah, sorry about that.
But and it's little things like that textbook normal rugby in the 20 against the 22. You'd have 2 back for the kick. But Zambia are not going to kick. They're not. They're going to run, and you've shown them the space, and they've taken it.
Yeah.
It's disheartening for the forwards because actually the forward scrum there, they put a bit of pressure on the Zambian ball. But what they needed to be was backed up by the Zambian backs by really pressing up against their numbers.
And they can't deal with the speed.
No, you can try and coach for a lot of things, but
if someone's faster and
100%.
more slick with the ball, then they will score. So another converted try then for Zambia, and that puts them at 43 points as we draw close to half time here in Basingstoke. Tonga yet to get on the scoreboard.
Okay, so again, the hands were unlucky. So the hands and the Zambians and picking off the space from on kickoffs to try and get to the edge is very impressive. And the next teams that play Zambia will have to just be aware any turnover ball, any kicks you do that are loose, you have to fill the field and show them that there's no space and make them do something they don't want to do.
Well, you know who the next team are to play Zambia.
I've got an idea. Yeah, and Huddy will be watching this. There's 2 sides. Teams like this, you take them on up front as well, and make them work harder up front and don't get as much free ball. But you have to then work defensively hard. Again, good.
Yeah, number 8 again, leading her team from the front.
Yeah. And again, this is just narrow it up.
There's some good communication from both sides, which is good to see as well.
And actually you're now starting to get some good structure and go forward. Just look after the ball. Look after the ball. That's
Phases.
a penalty to Tonga.
Didn't see it probably.
No.
Oh well, here we go. Oh, just that last ball. Keep it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I think they just now don't panic.
Yeah.
And you come back to your big
Exactly.
forwards and then go forward again.
Brilliant.
And that's the
This
template.
is what we want to see.
That's the template for Tonga. It's just look after the ball. They've got the free ball now because of the penalty.
Yeah. Carry it. Oh.
Okay, it's a
I think
penalty.
she looked. Yeah. Okay, so they're going back.
Yeah, it's free ball. But that there, the little units, little pods, either way, that shows you the way. I just think the move breaks down when they try to take the backs on backs because they're a bit of a mismatch in terms of speed and agility.
Yeah, they got a really good rhythm going. Someone taking it forward and then feeding it out again, finding that either
100%.
the number 8 or.
It comes. So you're right, and the number 8 started that. But again, back of the scrum, she just makes gain line, and everything then becomes easy for Tonga because you're going forward.
Yeah.
The Zambians at the moment are a little bit guilty of a honeypotting to the breakdown and trying to get hands on. All they need to do is just fan out and just put line speed on Tonga. But it's actually working for Tonga if they can hold the ball. Unfortunately, this is another front rower down who's actually been a strong carrier for Tonga.
It looks like a shoulder, doesn't it?
You can never tell because the ground, I don't know, that comes across on the camera, the ground's really hard.
Okay.
So all you need, you can wind yourself quite badly sometimes.
Okay.
But these are tougher players than I was.
Oh yeah, she looks in pain, but there's a nice bag there. But it also going on, that nice little bit of flow we got there from Tonga. I mean, I know it's quite an advanced problem, but they're taking the ball static, and I know that they're in development, but actually if they had a bit more speed on the game, that would mean that their power was better used when you're going into the tackle. At the moment, they're being, they're catching the ball 100%. Static, and
if you think back to the Fijians on Tuesday, or Monday, sorry, they were hitting the ball at pace, and that was half the defence. I don't actually think that's necessarily the bigger problem as compared to when they're getting the ball. They're not running straight; they're running at a slight angle.
Trying to avoid the defenders rather than just taking them on head on.
They can kind of see the space is wider, so they're running to a space, but as you run to it, it disappears.
Yeah.
When actually there's a complete physical mismatch. So run at the space either side of the person in front of you, but run straight. And all that does is dents the opposition, brings it and contracts the defence. And it's hard for the defending team to come out again. So I think if you seeing that flow, both the hooker who's injured and the subsequent carrier, they all ran at a 45-degree angle, when actually if they just run straight try line to try line and just pick the space either side of the person in front of them and really work that space, they not only will they beat that player and work, and at worst will get tackled behind that player, they'll go forward. Where at the moment, if they go sideways, it's an easier tackle to make if you're running sideways.
Yeah.
So, and you've got and actually
with more strength in it as well. Yeah.
And you can push people towards the touchline. You're also running away from your support, and those little things are more critical than running onto the ball. Don't be wrong, run onto the ball is a big thing.
Yeah. So that's Mwanga Maheto from Tonga, who is going off with an injury, and I think it's her right shoulder by the looks of things.
It's a shame because you played well.
She was, and along with her captain Vivili at number 8, like you said, she is one of the big carriers and strong carriers in that side. So,
well, the hardest thing in a team that's on the wrong side of a scoreline like this is someone wanting the ball when you got it. I'll take the ball and I'll carry it. And she was always promoting herself, and that's a emotional and a physical leader in a team that does that. It's that players like that you respect.
Tonga then still with the ball after that small break for injury, and we are about 3 minutes from time, or from half time anyway. So Vivili will kick off for and rinse and repeat really for the ladies in blue here. Just keep the ball, as John Welding says.
Just keep hold of the ball. See,
yeah, brilliant, very
making
good
tackles. Yeah, and again, just go back. You'd almost go back to the same pod.
And she is, yeah. And she's got a support runners with her. That's good to see.
She's probably a little bit too high, which has given the Zambians a chance to attack the ball. But just drop your shoulder, and again, come back, drop your shoulder, and you go over the gain line.
This is really... Gosh, it's like they've had a coaching session in the last sort of 20 minutes.
Here you go.
Yeah.
You look how many Zambians are now attracted to each breakdown.
Yeah, they don't want to, I'm sure they want a clean sheet, but actually I think the tournament would love to see Tonga get on the scoreboard in this game.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Can't see the ball anymore, John, but it's in there somewhere.
I think they might have lost. I think the referee have lost it.
Oh, it's lost it.
Well, how's that not
so
penalty?
Close again? But a fumble from Zambia.
Yeah, they're unlucky there. I think that, that could have gone either way, depending on the referees. And there you go.
Oh wow. Okay, another score then for Zambia, unless she takes a massive trip. But we've got a runner here from Tonga, the left wing, trying to slow down the number 10 from Zambia, of course, Liana Lashoma, who has scored already here today, and but that's another score for Zambia, and that's the danger that they pose. And as soon as they won that ball back, I think they just, as soon as they won the penalty, she was off.
The danger with the way that the Tongan were attacking in 2 pods, pistoning up the pitch, is that 8 players were all condensed in 10 metres.
Yeah.
So as soon as you turn the ball over, there's only 7 players around to cover the rest of the pitch, and the Zambians have already got the edge on agility and footwork.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but it also is soul destroying for the Tongan forwards who've worked their way from a penalty just outside the 22 to into the 5-metre channel again, only to turn around and watch the Zambian run the length of the pitch. So it's hard, but it is rugby. The scoreline doesn't reflect what we're seeing. But that is rugby. It's brutal.
Yeah, and we've seen cricket scorelines in World Cups. It's not so if you go back 15-20 years ago, it's just how rugby develops. And when you get 7 points from 2 scores essentially, obviously, but it can be very demoralising, I'm sure, for Tonga. But
in one half of rugby, Tonga have learnt what works, found out what works, and that last attack was 2 defined pistons, just going one left hand, one right hand, just keep going, feed each other, 2 same carriers, and that's them fixing a problem, and that's good to see. That's good rugby. They just need to look after the ball and probably drop their body height a little bit. And
against UK Armed Forces, their number 10 and their number 9 aren't going to be allowed to run like that, are they? No. We've UK Armed Forces have got the runners and probably wouldn't even get themselves into a position. But so Zambia, in a way, need to be careful that they don't assume that this is how they can play against other teams.
I'm not sure that the makeup of their team, they can play much more differently. Maybe there's a kicking game there. But what UK Armed Forces, I'm putting words into their mouth here, but if I would be they're saying is, take away their primary source of possession. Let's work them hard in scrums and lineouts. Let's work hard on scrum lineout defence. Make their forwards have to do their first job first, not be able to out in the wings carrying.
Yeah.
And then defensively, just get off the line and put them under pressure. So fill the field and don't give them time and space, which is what they're getting. And then see whether you can do the same. We will match them for pace, but we just need to be a bit more energy, suck more energy out of their legs by working them in the scrums and lineups.
Sort of play business rugby rather than trying to outflare them in a way.
Yeah, I think we can play as much flair in rugby as they can. But why would we play the game they want to play when play the game they don't want to play?
Yeah.
It also means that we conserve our energy more than they do.
So Tonga with a successful line out.
Yeah.
Just take it into their own players. But
that's a penalty, you can't do
that.
But you can't. Already though, the variation in the Tonga line out has already taken away the Zambian defensive jump. I think that's half time.
Okay.
So they weren't jumping there, which means that now you can pretty much throw it easily.
Right, so half-time called here at Basingstoke, and it is 48 points to Zambia in the white and green, and 0 points to Tonga in the blue today. And, it's hard to say what we expected. I think we expected this from Zambia. We hoped for a bit more from Tonga, and actually, as a neutral, we have seen more from them. Yeah. They just need to get over that final hurdle, which of course is the try line.
Yeah, rugby is a punishing game. I think if you had stats on territory possession and where you have possession and metres gained, Tonga wouldn't be as far away as they are on the scoreboard. Don't get me wrong, Zambia, every chance they've got, they've put away. They have been really clinical. And the Tongan defence out wide is not their strength, but Zambia will tell you that they've been in the game physically up front, which is more than Tonga were bringing before, and Tonga are getting some go forward. Unfortunately, I think their energy levels is not as high as Zambia, and losing early the whole front row and going down to 13 players just means that the other players have to work harder. So it's a long game that way, but. This is a classic clash of styles. The Tongans want to play direct rugby and get some success there, whereas the Zambians are looking for the space.
Right, so half-time here at Basingstoke on day 3 of the International Defence Rugby Competition. It is Zambia 48, Tonga 0. And as we take a quick break here, John, thank you for your half-time sort of synopsis there. We're going to look at some highlights from one of the Pool B games, which was Fiji against Looseheads from the other day, and also a chat with Amy Cockayne, of course, someone you know well, who will start for England this Friday in the World Cup opener against USA.
She's at the lightning pace, and she's going to go through and score the try. Oh, that is a fantastic try.
And through the hands again, what can they conjure up here in the opening stages of this match? Fiji, and that's a fantastic start. Elenoa Naimata with the first score of today. They were taking that up. And that's a thunderous hit there. It's come in, but a bit of pace on the outside here. But tell you what, it's returned in favour by the Fijians, and a wonderful run here. Rayoma, the fullback, can she go all the way? It looks like she's got there. And another try for Fiji. Through the forwards this time, and the beautiful run there from the tight head prop. That's absolutely fantastic stuff, and look at the footwork just to get to the line. Another try, Marianne Wakolo. That's absolute brilliance. Hit hard once more, as each of these loose heads have been in this match. And looking for the footwork on the outside. Rokuati down on the right hand side towards the touchline. Rokuati showing real strength to get past the defence there, and in she goes. Fantastic score. Pushing it out, Clavering. And kicking it across. Crossfield kick here. Can they gather it? And fantastic stuff. That's absolutely beautiful from Michaela Lewis. What a score. And great sight from Eloise Hayward to put that across the pitch. Looking up to get that ball out. Riwai taking it. And that's a lovely feint from Riwai. Look at that. Fantastic stuff. Not least with the footwork, and Kavuru here. Can she finish the job? She can. Another try. Fijians are up fast in that defence. That ball's fairly loose. Trying to gather it, but it goes back into the hands of the green and red shirts, and moving around the outside is Sokorovati. And another score before half-time. Priscilla Siata getting her team very close and just inches away now, the Fijians. And another score. Well, a dream end to the first half. Much as they left things off in the first half, well, come thundering through, and another try beckons if they can keep hold of the ball. Now Mata out here, and it's a try once more for Fiji. Right up against that post. The forwards pick and drive. Have they got enough? They sure have. Another try for the Fijians. That's Rakisa who takes this ball forward from the side of that scrum. And it's got numbers here. Fiji, a fullback once again. A beautiful try. Yeah, great to have your company with us today. And I'm sure you're loving what you're seeing here. We've got another beautiful run by Riwai. And the 15 again. Well, that's just gas on the outside. Pure pace from Rayoma. And we've seen it several times today. That's absolutely beautiful. And handoffs have been utilised quite effectively by Fiji today. And once again, Nemati on the outside with those handoffs, trying to utilise her pace. And the replacement, Taragusi. Look at that from Taragusi. That's absolutely beautiful there in the middle of the field. And lovely offloading has also been a trademark of how Fiji have played today. And bundling forward, another score. This time, Elisa Pacey Soraru getting quick ball and getting it into the gaps, getting it out wide, as we see once more. And the fullback who we've spoken so much of, Rayoma, well, she's showing off now. Look at that. Fantastic turn of pace once again. And she's made that part of the pitch her own. That's brilliant stuff once again. And bouncing backwards dangerously for loose heads, but they have it through Hannah Thornhill. And Hannah Thornhill, who's got a bit of pace of her own. And look at that from Hannah Thornhill. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. Waltzing round those defenders, dotting the ball down. And that's absolutely beautiful from Thornhill.
She's at lightning pace, and she's going to go through and score the try. And that is a fantastic try.
What a great honour it is, and a pleasure to once again be talking to you, Amy, on the eve of yet another World Cup. It doesn't seem like 5 minutes ago that we were chatting in Belfast when you, as a 21-year-old, were just about to take on the Black Ferns in Dublin. It's a long time. A lot of water has passed under the bridge, hasn't it?
Yeah, I've definitely got a few more grey hairs since then as well. So yeah, it is quite wild. Obviously, third World Cup, so nice home one. So don't have to travel quite as far. So yeah, no, it should be really good.
I mean, the World Cup, of course, is the pinnacle, and you got so close on 2 occasions against the Black Ferns to beating them. I mean, when you were out there in Auckland, I mean, to lose by only 3 points, heartbreaking. And there's quite a few of you, obviously, who have got those bitter memories. You're taking that into this World Cup, and how important is that as a motivational driver for you?
I think we are, but I also think we don't need any extra motivation. You know, everyone knows how important World Cups are and how special they are. I think no matter what had gone on those previous 2, I think that hunger to go out and win this one, especially being a home World Cup, would be there. And
you know, it's new players as well, of course, come into the squad. Your experiences of those 2 World Cups, and also the matches that you played between, or the home nations and whatever, where England have been dominant, that experience must be vitally important to pass on to the young players.
I think it is, but I think it's also important to let them have their own experience as well. You don't want to almost tarnish them with your memories or your expectations of certain situations. For example, we're playing France next week and kick-off's 9:15 at night, and quite a few of the girls have never played a fixture that late before, so they've been asking questions like, oh, what do you do about food, what do you do about sleep and things like that. So I think you can give your advice on what you like to do, but at the end of the day, they've got to find what works for them as well.
What would it mean to you to go all the way? And of course, let's face it, you've got a pretty tough group to get through first, haven't you? I mean, obviously you've got the USA, you've got that little visit to Australia as well, and Samoa in between. So it's not going to be an easy group to get out of.
No, definitely not. But I think that's what you want. I think you want to play the best teams and beat the best teams when you're playing an World Cup. So to kind of get that quite early on as well. Hopefully we should have some good fixtures and it'll help us build throughout the tournament.
Momentum is massive, and I think someone once said nothing succeeds like success. We've seen the fabulous success, obviously, of the Lionesses in the Euros, and the British and Irish Lions as well out in Australia. That must be something that the momentum you can carry through into the Red Roses.
Yeah, I think that what the Lionesses did was great. We had a great time in camp watching it. We all got right behind it, and I think they kind of gave us all like a few people said, like proud to be English, which I think sometimes not many people say out loud. So I think they've really kind of stepped that up, and hopefully we can have some good crowds and give everyone a reason to be proud to be English again.
Well, I think
She's at lightning pace, and she's going to go through and score the try. And that is a fantastic try.
Well, hello and welcome back to the second half of this Zambia-Tonga Pool A fixture. It is of course day 3, and I've got John Wilding beside me, who of course was there for Tonga's first game against the UK Armed Forces, and like I said, will stay with us throughout the rest of the tournament here on the commentary mic. So Tonga to kick off, they are 48 points to 0 down. Zambia showing some incredible speed and ball skills, John, that have that we'd heard about, and now we get to see it. And it's such a shame that they didn't come out till Tuesday and missing that first game against Ireland, because they're obviously well deserving of being in this tournament and being a contender.
100%. I think they only added greatly to the tournament if they've been in day 1, but they already are. And they've just shown here that they've got some structure in their play.
Tonga won the ball. Wonderful.
And again.
Yeah, we're seeing. So we're seeing a slightly rare sight really from Tonga. They've been using their forwards to get the ball forward, but a lot more free flowing in this game than they were against UK Armed Forces. But as John has said repeatedly, they just need to keep that ball safe. And their captain Vivili there trying to secure more possession and more territory.
Done well there. She's done really well there.
A lot there.
Yeah, and again, good go forward. Probably just need to narrow this up a little bit as well.
So taking it through again. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Definitely, this is their strength. And
but that's really good play from the Zambian Jackler there, the fifth, number 5. And again, Zambia have just taken it on quickly, just trying to keep the tempo high.
Yeah, they don't let you breathe, do they?
No.
If they get the ball, Zambia, they take advantage of being in possession and using that speed to their advantage.
And immediately we're back to halfway from just outside the 22, just playing this way. And again, I don't think they'll do anything different here.
Straight through the middle.
Yeah.
And that could be another try for Zambia, and that is their right wing, Leah Mbuke. Nearly caught there by Tonga, but another try for Zambia as we open up this second half.
That's the directness from the Zambian ball carrier there that we want the Tongans to have. When the Tongans were carrying on the 22, they're still trying to go sideways or a little bit too laterally. But the Zambians just picked the runner-up defender out in front of them and stepped them and went through that gap. If the Tongans could just learn from that, actually, it'd be really more effective in the tackle, in the carry, sorry. From Zambia, though, that's just tempo.
Another converted try then from Zambia, and that puts them 55 points to 0 to the good for the ladies in white and green. I know I've criticised Tonga for not having the speed that perhaps Zambia have, but that was very nearly a try-saving tackle. I can't remember that. I think it's their left wing.
Yeah.
Give her the ball.
100%, but also that just shows there's still a fight there. There's still a heart there. Don't give up. Make the Zambians work for absolutely every inch.
Yeah.
But she's chasing this kick off, but there's got to be more people.
There's got to be more. It's just her. Yes.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Though it's a good tackle initially, but now what do they do? Again, good defence from the Tongans. Now they turn over the ball, just carry it, carry it.
Yeah, someone take it in, and yes, here we are again. Tonga with their fail-safe method, which has worked for them so far, but hasn't got them a score. And it's back with their captain Vervilli again, and yeah, she can.
She must have made a lot of yards after contact.
So looking much better from Tonga, and actually a bit of speed on the ball as well.
See, they're all running sideways there.
Yeah.
So
it's that panic last pass that seems, they lose it, and
she's there again.
there's there again, but a good handoff by Zambia, number 7, and another score. That's Elizabeth Chibomba.
The problem with Tonga, when they've got the third or fourth phase, they're trying to find the edge, and by doing that, they're running sideways. And if you run sideways, all that does is, you're running away from your support, but against a team that's faster than you, if there's any error or turnover, they've already got the overlap, they've already got space. What's working for Tonga is actually just being direct. And I think they just need to be ultra direct, no play within the 15-metre channels, and make Zambia stop them. And especially, the number 8 and captain has shown the way. She's always taking 3 or 4 defenders with her. So it may be a less attractive way of playing, but it's a highly effective way of playing. And Zambia will not like defending that for a whole game.
So 62 points to Zambia and 0 to Tonga. We've had quite some great interaction on YouTube. Roseanne Traden says it's a shame Tonga could be incredible here. There's big promise in the scrum strength, and the forwards are making ground even while taking the ball when they're stationary, which is something we mentioned. And then she says, come on ladies, in caps. We absolutely agree. I think, Roseanne, you kind of mirrored a lot of what we've been saying. And we've got to remember, this is only the second IDRC. So the only way these teams can go is to get better, and Tonga will be inspired. They will, they will take this forward, and they've obviously got a good setup. They've got a great coach, and
there's a lot of pride in the team as well.
Yes.
And there's a lot of pride playing for the Tongan Defence Force, and you can just see some of these hits here that the Zambians are feeling. That they're not far away from making this effective. They've just got to make better decisions and look after the ball. But that's the difference. That's a great play from the Zambian 10.
It's number 7 again, who seems to be the star of the second half so far, but it's fed off to the replacement scrum half.
That's
and another score for Zambia.
That's created by the Zambian 10 there. She took the ball at pace to the line and then just squared off, ran across the defensive line and picked out her runner. And that's class play. We saw that from the Fijian 10 on Monday, where the threat that they've got with ball in hand just holds the defence and creates the gap. And then when you've got your open side flanker playing like a outside centre, then you're in a good place. So
Marina Kasonka, I think, there with the try, and then that was converted by their very reliable and fast runner as well, Luena Lushomo, in the number 10 shirt. Yes, that puts the score at 69-0. And
so just taken off 13, Tembo Milika. She's actually had a really good game. Although she hasn't made many breaks, but she's certainly straightened up most of their attack, causing the space to up and outside. So she's played well. I think that the 9, 10, and 12 are still on the pitch and they're the ones who are creating all the space at the moment.
They look like they could run forever, so...
yeah.
I know you can't, that's physically impossible.
But
Zambia also, it being their first game, they want to... Obviously, they're making an impression already, but also they want to get all their players out, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
So that everyone's got a chance before they play the UK Armed Forces.
Yeah, when you're 60-plus points in the lead and in your first game, and you're just into the second half, why wouldn't you empty your bench and let them show what you got? Again, they're playing in 3 days' time, or 3 or 4 days' time. So, again, not only have they come to the Northern Hemisphere, it's probably a little bit colder than what they're used to. They're in beds they're probably not used to. So it's all about recovery again. So get players some game time.
So Manakalopa Malangi, who's the Tongan centre, number 13, just shaking off an injury there, but she's still on the pitch. And Zambia have the ball again, but being held up here by Tonga. So yeah, get to see them in open play.
Oh, there we go.
High.
That's the only way you're going to stop that 10. I think that's really unlucky. That's a
fourth yellow of the game.
Yeah, like when you stood up and beaten on the outside by someone who's a little bit smaller than you stick that arm out naturally.
Yeah,
and
it's instinct, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think there's anything malicious there at all.
No, not at all.
And I will certainly defend the Tall People Society because that's.
Well, I'm going to defend the Short People Society.
but it just shows that again what I was saying about the fly half number 10 for Zambia. Ball in two hands, looking to draw in all the defence and put her runners away.
But is it also something she knows? She's playing that to advance. She knows that she can get a penalty out of it.
I think.
I mean, that seems a little malicious,
well,
but
she's making the defenders make mistakes, which is what she wants to do, and that's her skill. I think what Tonga need to do is pressurise the 9-10 and stop that, and they need to put more numbers right in her face. But she's good enough at the moment to avoid that. So fair play to her. Tonga's scrum ability is still there. Remember, there's a whole brand new front row.
Yeah.
And they're still causing Zambia pressure, and this is where they still need to exert pressure and take some energy out of the Zambian legs. So the Zambian left winger is going off. So the coaches are starting to ring the changes.
Right, so that is.
So the left number 11's gone off.
Jessie Tunta has gone off for Zambia, and we'll just check the number of the incoming player. But it is a Tonga scrum.
Number 8 should pick up here.
There she goes. Yeah. Good carry.
And again, she just makes gain line, even though it's not necessarily at pace. She just makes gain line, and that's everything. But for that instant before the ball was played, the whole Zambian pack was behind the ball. So Tonga just need a little bit more width and then punch it up, And again, this is good. But just that carry
is brilliant. Yeah,
is exactly what they need to do, and don't be afraid of doing it again.
That's the thing, and actually,
but they're going sideways here.
Yeah,
that's easier to tackle. You're also running away from your
and you're not
support.
making yardage, are they?
Yeah, just take it up because you're making get like that there.
Yeah.
That's a good carry. And again, there's no contest for the ball because you carried hard.
Oh, unfortunate drop there by Tonga.
But by those carries, you see Zambia aren't getting onside.
Yeah.
So those hard carries into the teeth of defence, the Zambians know they've got to get. They don't want to make them Tonga carry hard again, so they're getting offside. And again, just do the same thing again. It works.
Absolutely, really strong. Great run from.
Don't stop.
Again from Vavili. Don't go sideways. Go straight.
Yeah, and it works. And when they go straight.
Oh, they've made. I mean, Zambia have just let them run at them there. They've made at least 10 metres. Tonga then with the ball. Tupo Tuini.
She's played well when she's come
contact.
On.
Yes.
She's played really well when she's come on. And it just patience now. Just exactly the same foot too high. Just get lower.
If this goes over, I think this stand will go wild, John.
Absolutely.
Everyone wants to see Tonga score, and they've been so close.
Well, they've earned the score. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. It's not through anything else. They've just got to look after this ball because Zambia are now targeting the ball. Just look after the ball. Patience.
Don't throw it away.
So they're starting to lose a bit of structure. Yeah, they're starting to lose a bit of structure. They're doing it in 1s and 2s. Just do what got you here was working 3s and 4s.
So I think bring it back to the number 8 again.
Well, number 8 or number 6, they're the ones.
Yeah.
But you see, they're showing Zambia the ball.
Come on, Tonga. This is what we need.
That's
this
offside.
Is what you need.
So they've got a penalty.
Okay.
That's offside. So Zambia are making lots of errors in defence because they can't stop it legally.
This is great from Tonga. This is the most sustained sort of period we've had of pressure from Tonga.
Yeah.
Still got the penalty. Number 70 is brilliant.
She's
so
hard.
close.
Yeah.
She's absolutely determined to get to that line. She goes down, but ball's not over yet. Tonga will have to go again.
6 will score if you get out wide. If you get out to the 6.
Is that number 8 though? She's
yeah, like it's number 6.
6 or number 8?
Yeah, number 6 is an effect. All on their own at the moment.
This is a great phase from Tonga. This shows such resilience. Come on, girls, let's bring it out. Let's push it in.
Should have been 2.
Oh.
I don't know why. Maybe a little knock on and tackle.
Okay, but it's coming back for the Tonga penalty anyway. So still Tonga ball. We could still see a score from them.
Well, they just need to calm themselves, tuck in a couple of breaths, get their structure, just 2 pods again, and don't change it. You know, I just ask them just drop their shoulders, because at the moment they're going chest on chest, and fair play to Zambia, they're matching them, which means it's slowing the ball down. Hit the Zambians around hip height, and I think they'll go over it.
Okay, so it's in their captain's hands. It's in Vivili's hands again.
The whole Zambian
yeah, there's a lot of the Zambia team is fully on her. Ball's been picked up by Tonga. Ooh, held up.
So it's held up. So, but Tonga, look how Zambia celebrated that.
Yeah,
it's almost like a try. That's good defence. What Tonga need to do now is just watch this kick deep. There's only 2 people back, and they've got to cover this a little bit better.
So is Tonga still with a chance, because that hasn't gone that far, but good skills. Take it down. Tonga then with their best purple patch of the game so far, and really showing what they can do if they keep the ball. This is so much better than what we've seen so far.
Just move the ball slightly wider and get the pod slightly wider. I think just that last little bit of patience. And it's hard when you're under pressure, and when you're under the pump on the scoreboard. Patience is quite hard, but that's all they need, because Zambia are struggling to cope with the physicality.
Luetta identified as a good runner as well, so as in a good runner of ball into tackle, ball into contact. Number 16 for Tonga.
Off of Vara Tahoni, the number 6 for Tonga, has really stepped up in the second half. Sadly, she's hurt her ankle here, but her carrying along with the captain, their stats would be off the chart, because not only are they the amount of carries, the amount of meters made after contact, but the amount of defenders they're taking with them, and that shows that's just everyone can see what the scoreboard is, but that's give me the ball, follow me, and that they're bringing the Tonga team on. So the second half, territory-wise, it's all Tonga. It's just that length of the pitch,
that final hurdle.
Yeah, the length of the pitch strikes from Zambia are the ones that scored, but they're exerting pressure on Zambia. They've actually now got the ball over the line, but they haven't got it down.
Yeah.
But it's
magic
coming.
Spray for the number 6 for Vatahi.
She's played really well.
Yeah, she has. So 8, 6, and 16 and 17. Really good ball carriers for Tonga. Zambia have managed to keep that in miraculously, but it goes straight out on that kick.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the Zambians still want to keep the ball alive and play with the ball live, just trying to stop any line-outs and any set piece. They want to play live, fast-tempo rugby, which has been really successful for them.
Yes.
But
but if Tonga is stopping that, then that's another 100%. Success.
But you've got to be 100% on it from Tonga. The minute you let up, Zambia length of the pitch and scored. So again here, this is a line out for Tonga.
The last one, Zambia didn't even contest it.
Well, this is it. So they've gone for a scrum now.
Okay.
And I would definitely do it. And again, number 8, pick up and go.
Yeah. Zambia don't like being this deep in their own territory, do they?
Well,
I mean, they've scored from it,
yeah,
so it's
well,
not.
they don't like it if Tonga are running,
Yes.
running their big pods at them.
Yeah.
They like it if you turn the ball over from there because there's so much space.
Yes.
But this is where I would, again, the number 8's going to pick up and go because that's worked for them. I'd like to think.
Yeah, there
and
she is.
pick up and go.
Slightly off the side again, but great yardage.
Yeah, and now you go again.
Yep.
Just go again. But you see, if you don't look after the ball, this can happen.
It's thrown away again by Tonga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better defence from Tonga, though. It's better defence.
Yeah.
Better again.
From what we've seen, that could have led to a try. When they've.
And other teams looking at Zambia, that should have been an exit kick there, and this should be an exit kick. But they're looking to play from here. If you can keep them down there, can you turn the ball over, make a mistake under your posts, and you could be in. But what you can't do is narrow up like Tonga are doing here because they're now kicking for space, and look at the speed of the Zambian backs.
Yeah,
look at them all flooding
five
through.
Of them on.
But they're filling the field, so whoever fields this ball, they're looking up and there's just white shirts, sorry. And look at again, that's a great chase. And now if you play the ball quickly.
Yeah, held on, and there's no one there to pick up. Yeah, I mean, they hadn't even got back for the first.
But that rips, so all that effort Tonga have done before, look what it does to the Tongan forwards.
Well, they're clearly exhausted. That's the thing, but
it's disheartening.
You've got to get back,
Which is why you credit the two props, the two replacement props, the 6 and number 8, because they'll gather the team together, and get us back up the pitch. But credit to Zambia, they got pride in their defending their try line, and their counter-attacking skill is phenomenal.
Liena Lashoma again, the fly half for Zambia, scoring a try and then converting her own try, and it is now 71 points to nothing for Zambia.
And the real object lesson about the value of a kick chase was there. When the kick came in from Zambia, the whole back line was running onto three Tongan defenders. So even the Tongan defender got it first time. 3 against 7. Yeah. It's the value of the kick chase and the want to get out of your half.
So my mistake. It's actually 76-0 to Zambia. Tonga bringing a few more changes and bringing some energy, it looks like, onto the pitch. And yes, this has been energy sapping for them. The way that they've nearly reached the scoreline at least 3 times, but. That was high.
Yeah, she actually got beaten twice by that ball carrier, and unfortunately the ball carrier stepped back into her.
Right.
It was high, but she got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So again, not malicious, but completely instinctive. But again, it's just tough. I think the kick chase, the difference in the kickoff. The kick chase from the kick-off from Tonga to the kick chase that last Zambia thing is a microcosm of the whole game.
Yeah.
The intensity of the off-the-ball work rate. That's just not the Tongan game at the moment. But we'll see what happens. And
who could blame me if their heads are slightly down and lacking in energy? But we've just seen their number 20 Tonga come on, Vika Uila, and. She's chatting to everyone. She's getting everyone G'd up. She's bringing the energy as a replacement. I should think some of those bodies need it.
Yeah, and that's all you need. They're not lost focus, not given up. They're still in the Zambian half, and just that little bit of energy, that little bit of communication, that positive attitude can go a long way. Look, the game's gone. The actual result's done, but now it's about winning the next phase of game, and then winning the one after that, and then winning after that, and then that's how you build a performance. And get one try, get another. They've shown they can get into the 22 and stay in there and exert pressure on Zambia. You just got to put that last bit of patience in to score the points. It's easier said. It's easy from here, isn't it? But it's conversely, that all Zambia want to do is run into space, and so don't give them the space.
Yeah, so still dealing with a Tonga injury here. So the clock is off, and John, just let's talk about UCAF playing Ireland this afternoon.
Exciting.
I know you'll stick around to watch that. From what you saw from Ireland the other day, and from what you saw from UK Armed Forces, what are you expecting this afternoon?
Yeah, so I was quite impressed with a lot of Ireland. Did a long session before they played the game, so their energy levels probably weren't as high during the game, but they still played. I was impressed with their back line. I think the 15 and 13 were elusive runners and quite strong. A decent set piece. So I expect this to be quite a close game, certainly initially. You're looking at UCAF, they've changed quite a bit of their forward pack. And they've changed one of the centres. They brought in Orla instead of flip-flop, and an all navy back row. And actually, that back row is going to be crucial today. And they're all good carriers, but as good work rates. There's almost 3 sevens there. So I expect UK to play quite a fast, high-tempo game, but not be afraid of going back to the set piece. Whereas I expect Ireland want to play quite a tight game, create the space, and then put their fast backs out wide.
Applause then for Manakialapa Mailingi from Tonga, who has gone off with an injury. Just quickly, I mean, Jade Mullen at fullback, people query it, but it's more about the fact that Jade can play anywhere, isn't it?
Well, Jade has probably played for UCAF for anywhere from 10 right through to fullback. I think even at IDRC we played her for a brief time at 9 as well. So as you see the UCAF players coming in from over there to the game, Jade can play anywhere, and actually it only really matters round about set piece time. When afterwards, when you're playing the attack structure that he wants, the numbers in your back don't really matter. But it's an exciting team. I think with Daisy and Lucy at 9-10, if they get good ball, then Jade actually out wide with the pace of the 2 wings. It's quite exciting. Expect a big game from Orla.
Always.
I'd like to. I think she's due a big game, and I also think that, as I said, that the back row is probably going to be the battle. If they can get on top with the Irish girls, then I think they'll do well.
So back to the current game, of course, UK Armed Forces against Ireland kicks off at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll be live from 15:45.
So I think that player who went off was sent off. He's got a red card.
Okay.
Oh.
So
they should be down to 14 for the rest of it.
Okay, so definitely a red card. We've had that confirmed. So, I mean, that's another opportunity there that Zambia could have gone through, but Tonga again.
That's good. It's a good fight from Tonga because they're
just being
they're working hard,
less timid on the tackling as well.
And it shows. It probably shows in the Zambian attack how good their starting 9 was, because she was electric around the breakdown. So this was not slow, but she's got no running. Hasn't got the same running threat the other girl had. But that's a great step.
Yeah, replacement scrum half doing the job there.
So the replacements,
number 22, but Leah Maguka.
See how good the 10 is there. Just tidies it up. She's just always in control.
Came off the ref, so.
So the starting 9 for Zambia was electric, but that running threat, she just kept the defence on the back foot. This 9 is just playing the ball off the breakdown, which is what you ask 9s to do. But what it's doing is mean that the 10's getting less time than she was before, and that's what the attack is suffering from. I say suffering, but still going forwards.
Well,
I don't know what's happening here.
Can't even see where the ball is, but it's a Zambia penalty over there, and it's in the hands of their fullback, Veronica Lungu. off to their captain, who had a pretty noisy first half, but a little bit quieter in the second half. But I think that's just the way Tonga have played. So a reminder that Tonga are down to 14, one red card, unfortunately, after about 3 or 4 yellows on both sides. But
good defence for Tonga there, though. They kept her up, and should get rewarded. Yeah, they get rewarded by the referee there. So that's good defence from Tonga. That shows still a lot of fight and heart. And again, now they get a chance to exert the pressure back on the Zambian forwards.
Kevin Lewis, of course, the referee in the middle, the man in the middle there, and he's had a pretty busy game, hasn't he?
It's a tough game to referee. You think this would be easy by the scoreline, but actually it's a tough game to referee because there's a lot going on, and it's closer. In large parts of the game, it's closer than it looks. But and it's like you said, it's that clash of styles, 100%. And he's got to deal with that. Yeah. So he's done well for the umpire.
Sorry, I just love cricket. That's why I immediately say umpire. Yeah. Netball and cricket, and I say umpire, and it should be referee. You're absolutely right. I mean, I've said worse on comms, to be honest, John. Tonga then, from their own half, we've seen some much improved forward play from them.
They're setting up as though they're going to kick this.
Well, I think they need the mileage, don't they?
They've kicked it straight out. Well, so they get a penalty. It's free play.
I don't think they've got confidence enough to play their game from this deep in their own half.
Well, it's so hard when the forwards look up and see how far they've got to go. It's quite hard, but they're still going forward. I mean, again, a couple of hard carries. Zambians will give you penalties. They've shown that. Then you kick it up the pitch like that. So you go up 20 metres. Hopefully he goes out. Doesn't go out. Okay.
No, I think
now you've got
Zambia have done brilliantly at keeping those sort of balls in.
But that's pressure again.
Yeah. But it wasn't knocked forward. It slipped out. Yeah, he's gone for the knock on. So the
Zambian coach, although the scoreline is 76-0, you wouldn't be pleased with some of the last 10 minutes.
No.
Or so.
And sometimes that can be complacency. They're sort of, they're 76 ahead. Why bother? Although there obviously are some players on there who are still trying. Yeah,
but it gives them, despite the focus, gives them some things to work on for the next game.
Yeah.
And I think the last 10 minutes, they've not lived up to the standards of the first 10 minutes.
So Tonga again with their ever reliable captain carrying the ball, but
just no support.
Turnover,
no support there.
Oh, great kick forward there from the right wing.
Yeah, and I think she's going to take her own kick.
Oh no,
unlucky,
she literally in touch just ahead of the corner flag.
But that's great skills again.
Yeah. Very it just shows so much confidence as well.
Yeah. I think that you can tell they're very comfortable with themselves. I mean, if we were privileged enough to watch them arrive at the ground singing and the confidence within the group, and there's obviously a really good culture where they just try things, just do stuff, and that as coaches, that's really good to see because it knows you've got a good culture there, and the fear of failure is not oppressive.
Tonga running it from their own back line.
Again, but they're running sideways, which means they're running away from the forwards and running away from the touchline if you want to kick it. So it's a longer kick now, which means
they've gained a metre. That's
but it's easy to criticise here, but it's the little things about running directly forward, especially with the style they're playing, would get them so much more, pay so much more dividends. Now this would be interesting. It's an interesting setup here.
Well, it's gone the way of. Okay.
Yeah, and there's an area that Zambia will definitely need to sharpen up on. Yeah, the set piece. Right. They're coming against UCAF because UCAF will definitely target that. And UCAF's line out was exceptional against Tonga, especially Ray Metas hitting the back ball. And what UCAF strike off that is huge. So Zambia will have to find a way of defending that.
So Tonga with the put in, but they have a lot of territory to get up. But they're gone to their captain again.
She's been just inspirational.
Yeah, she has.
She'll definitely need a ice bath at the end of this.
We've got another kick, but that's going to be taken by the Zambian wing.
So they go
Great
fast
ball
the other
back
side.
in.
Goes to
Yeah,
the
got
other side.
so much space on the other side, and
But
it's
look how she just directly runs forward and then gives it. Like it's an
knock
inaccurate
on.
pass, but she ran forward.
so 2 knock-ons following.
Unfortunately,
and-
captain's
yeah,
down
Captain
again.
Vivilli at the moment is down.
I think her energy tank is empty.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
She's
she's
been a powerhouse in this game.
yeah.
So the clock will stop again just so that Vivilli can be assessed. And there's some very tired bodies out there, John.
Absolutely, and yeah, that's what it means to play for your team. You represent your country, your defence force. You've got to give everything. You shouldn't be coming off this pitch fresh. Particularly for the Tongans, they've shown so much more fight, and they've won a lot of respect. I certainly, I thought they would improve, but they've improved much more than I thought they would. So credit to them, And they say even when the scoreboard might be running away from them, they're still taking it to the Zambians in attack and defence. You'd think that at any scoreboard that's sort of 60 points up after 60 minutes would run away to 100.
Yeah.
But that's Tongans have defended and
Yeah.
fought hard.
And they did, the first half they stalled them for a good
Yeah.
sort of 10 minutes,
Yeah,
and that's just
and for large parts of this game they've been doing it with 1 less or 2 less players.
yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff within that team. It's just the little details, and the little details are massive. And they, when you've got a clash of styles, but one style is just getting on top of you, those are just expanded beyond all belief.
Tonga then still to score in this 2025 International Defence Rugby competition. You join us for day 3 at Basingstoke Rugby Club, and Zambia are 76 points to the good, but it is a Tonga put-in at the scrum. But they've got a lot of metres to make up, and the style of game that Tonga have adopted would require a lot of energy to get them from where they are now to a score line. But it is their put-in, and
The wrong side, isn't it? I think they
been
put
pushed out.
I think they put the ball in from the wrong side. Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, whatever works.
So
You've got to
yes.
chase though. You've got to chase. If that
No,
doesn't
there's-
go out,
There is, people, they're
there's
walking.
one. Yeah, but this is the problem: is that one chaser that
Yeah.
usually gets picked off, and now
Yeah.
there's all the space to run into.
So Zambia with the ball in hand again, really slick passing here on the right wing, and it's fallen to Mevis Pakimu in the 20 shirt, and it's back in the middle here, and they've just got plenty of runners, Zambia.
Again, look out left. Numbers are out left.
Yeah, number 10 to their forward, and is she going to take it all the way? She does, and
She
she's
was never going to pass. She was never going to pass
she
that.
saw the try line. and
But it's really interesting to watch their 10 there. So their 10 just kept giving the ball and following the ball,
Yeah,
which meant she was always the next option from the breakdown or whatever, and just picks the right pass every time. And if you watch as a replay there, the 10 coming round, she takes that pass, gives
Yep.
it, and follows.
yeah, she is.
She's always.
She could have been there if Naisha Masunda was willing to pass.
Yeah, just never get that ball.
But yeah, the prop going over for another score for Zambia, and a successful conversion.
But again, that's come from a Tonga kick that wasn't chased. I mean, I know they're tired, but those little bits of effort, even if they just got connected and walked up the pitch connected, what they can't do is just stand still. But it's hard. It is hard, but
It looks like they're relying on their one runner, and she can't take on the 4 or 5 runners that
no.
Zambia have got.
Well, she's actually better off not running
going
up,
at all,
not going
and,
at all,
yeah.
and just getting
waiting for
connected.
them. Yeah.
But
So that takes the score to 83 points to nothing. Do you think they'll be looking at the 100 point?
I probably, because that's what UCAF
UCAF
did.
scored,
but,
yeah.
But I think the amount of players that Tonga have had off the pitch at various times means that they probably should add 10 points to that. As I said, I think the Zambian coach would not be that happy with the last 20 minutes.
They've sort of
to the first
let the
20
game
minutes.
get away from them.
Yeah, I kind of just expected it will happen.
Yes.
Rather than doing what they were doing before. And that may be tied in with the bench coming on and the starting players going off. But considering that for the large part, if not all, the second half, Tonga have been down to one player.
Yeah.
They've not done as well as they did in the first half.
Tonga need to make that save. Oh, it's great pick up. Still got a smile on her face.
Yeah, and that 14.
They're going to take her off here.
Yeah, but that's a lot of
that's
fight.
Lovely,
There was no one helping her, so she knew she had to get the touch. But that was a good play again. Variation of play from the fly half for Zambia. The kick over the top and the chase. So she's not just a distributor. She's got a kick over the top again. The UCAF team looking at that will have to now respect that. And she's certainly the player they need to target.
Yeah.
Going forward, because I think she's class.
So I think both sides have safely used all their replacements during this game. Sihembili Kasawala is come in as hooker, their number 16, and she's going to take the line out here. But yeah, a good opportunity for both sides to make sure that everyone gets out there and gets a leg stretch, so to speak.
Yeah. So again, not straight. So the line-out's definitely an area they need to work on.
Yeah. And how long? Call me naive. How long can you hold your player up? I thought you can't.
No. So
it's supposed to be a jump rather than a hold, isn't it?
Yeah. So but you certainly the hooker has to be ready to throw.
Yeah.
And she wasn't even ready to throw when they went. So the timing's off.
Yes.
They're getting height, but again, I think the timing's off. So again, there's something to work on. So they're putting the ball into the right side of the scrum this time.
Yeah. Tonga then with the put in. They've got a little more yardage than they had before, but their game plan from here will be a tough one. So I should think at some point there'll be a kick forward.
Well, they're in danger of turning this over because they. Again,
it's like you preordained.
The reason is they're running away from their forwards, so they're backs on backs, and there's more. The Zambian backs are swarming the Tongan. Each Tongan back, as they get the ball, they're swarming with 2 or 3 players, and they're just not looking after the ball enough. It's hard, but that's just not what they're doing. So, yeah. So this is where what do Zambia do in defence here in the line out? Tonga, what do you do? I would, catch it and get a driving more.
So
they've gone off the top. So they
still goes a bit crooked, but Tonga have got a lot of space here. But no, picked up by Zambia, and it's going to be taken under the post again. Yeah. Another score by Mavis Pakimu of Zambia, and that takes the score into 88-0. And Zambia could put 2 away for a score of 90. There's a bit of a discrepancy on our clocks here because in the stadium it says the full 80 minutes, and that is end of play. So the stadium is correct. It is 90 points to Zambia and 0 points to Tonga. John Wilding, thank you so much for joining us again. I know we're going to see you throughout the tournament, and it's great to have such a voice of experience on. I feel like you've said everything. I want to ask for an end of game sort of synopsis, but I feel like we've covered a lot of the topics already. But in a nutshell, what are your feelings on that?
So Tonga have got a lot of pride out of that. I mean, the score won't show that, but they've played with a lot more pride, and they played a game where they exerted some more pressure. They know now how they want to play. They've probably just got to tighten up. The exciting thing is what Zambia's brought to the tournament. What could they be? What could they go in on? They're taking on UCAF next. In order shot, what could they be? And again, that could be a clash of styles that is exciting to watch because there'll be 2 pacey sides take on each other. You just got to. I think there's some naivety in their set piece, but that you can't look past their fly half who just kept putting their back line away.
I'm really impressed with Zambia. as we said earlier, they're defence champions for their region, which includes Zimbabwe, Botswana and themselves. And it's just such a shame when you've seen them play like that they weren't here for the first game. But that, you know, in the long run, and the reason they're probably pushing so hard is they know that they're already a game down. And of course they are the UK Armed Forces next opponents after, of course, the UCAF play Ireland this afternoon. And just a reminder for those of you who are still with us, do come back for that game. We go live at 3:45 and kick-off is at 4. And of course, those of you who can't be here in person, I hope that you'll be watching those UK Armed Forces ladies and supporting from home. So do let us know. And of course, we know that there's a lot of Irish support as well. So do please let us know. Again, John, thank you so much. We'll see you later on in the tournament. And congratulations to Zambia here in their first game of the IDRC, 90 points to Tonga's 0. We'll see you soon.
She's at lightning pace, and she's going to go through and score the try. And that is a fantastic try.
And here goes another try for Fiji. The tries keep raining down.
Play hard, play fast, show them what we've got.
And going through on that left-hand side, this is a fantastic one.
Wonderful stuff from UCAF.
The French are over.
What a game we're seeing. We're hoping to bring the pigeons play on rugby.
She's going all the way. And the try goes over.
I thought who we could win it. That'd be unbelievable.
Well, it's relentless right now, and that's brilliant stuff from the home side.